a new As Bill Sees It book. This is one of the books that we read in this meeting, right? There it is, As Bill Sees It. But we're going to do something different today, Preston. We're not going to read that today. This is what we're going to do. Who has the book? Who has As Bill Sees It? Raise your hand and can you raise your hand in like the thing here? See this way I know. So okay. Oh good. Debbie's got it. So we're going to read, if you go into the T's, it's called this is in the in the index in the front of the book or the table of contents. Go to the T's, it's called Temptation to Drink. You guys see that there? Temptation to Drink. Page and you could put the link up if you want to, Preston. It's Temptation to Drink, page 77. Type these in, okay? 121, 128, 188, and 280. So, Preston, it is Temptation to Drink. Preston will put the link up for the book, right? And then page, he's going to type the pages in there. Pages 77, 121, 128, 188, and 280. And go ahead, Gwen, we'll let you do the first one. Read the first one. 77. I'll have to unmute you. Sorry. You guys have
Hello. I'm Gwen. I'm an alcoholic. And this is page or number 77, RSVP, yes or no. Usually we do not avoid a place where there is drinking if we have a legitimate reason for being there. That includes bars, nightclubs, dances, receptions, weddings, even plain ordinary parties. You will note that we made an important qualification. Therefore, ask yourself, have I any good social, business, or personal reason for going to this place? Or am I expecting to steal a little vicarious pleasure from the atmosphere? Then go or stay away, whichever seems better. But be sure you are on solid spiritual ground before you start, and that your motive is in going is thoroughly good. Do not think of what you will get out of the occasion. Think of what you can bring to it. If you are shaky, you'd better work with another alcoholic instead.
Now, I want to comment on this before we go to the next one. This modern day time, I really think is kind of bullshit. They wrote this in the 1930s when most people didn't have phones. Bill Wilson wrote this as Bill Sees It. Well, he worked on Wall Street in New York City. And when the market closed at 4 o'clock, they were always in the bars and they were always trying to do business deals. They had telephones in the bars down in lower Manhattan, if you've ever been down there. I mean, it's a beehive of activity. So there were no cell phones, and this idea that they actually these are people that lunched. They had lunch, or they would have breakfast at what time's the market open in New York? It opens at 8:30, about 9:30 in the morning. So they would always be in there. The idea that if you're at Newcomers Slipper Step Workshop, you probably do not belong in nightclubs, bars, receptions, dances. If you have to go to a wedding, then your first 30 days, take somebody with you who's sober. So I think he was maybe trying to aim this at people around the country or world that lived his life. And his life was a financier. Bill Wilson wasn't a construction worker. You don't go to the bars with your pals after work on a construction site and drink beers. It's like that always fails. So, anyways, that was aimed at the 1930s type people. Debbie, you're up next. How about you want to read the next one? Page 121. Oh, we have to unmute her, please. Guys, come on.
Yes, I am. Okay, Debbie, alcoholic. 121, we are not fighting. We have ceased fighting anything or anyone, even alcohol. For by this time, sanity has returned. We can now react sanely and normally, and we find that this has happened almost automatically. We see that this new attitude toward liquor is really a gift from God. What is the miracle? That is the miracle of it. We are not fighting it, neither are we avoiding temptation. We have not even sworn off. Instead, the problem has been removed. It does not exist for us. We are neither cocky nor are we afraid. That is how we react, so long as we keep fit in spiritual condition. And that's from Alcoholics Anonymous, pages 84 and 85.
Okay, so this really is on step 10 leading into step 11. And the idea is this applies once you've been sober for a while and you start to do the 11th step. So this does not happen right away. My experience was it took some time. Um, it says we've ceased fighting anything or anyone. Um, and then the miracle of it is that uh, it's been removed, the desire to drink. But that comes, you have to work the other 10 steps first before this happens. So if you're new in AA, don't come looking for this right away. It's not going to happen. But it will happen if you work your way through this 12-step process. Okay, next person, go ahead, Monica.
What page?
Well, it's
Or,
right there. It shows you in chat.
oh, I'm
Do you have the book?
sorry.
Do you have the book?
128. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Back to work. It is possible for us to use the alleged dishonesty of other people as a plausible excuse for not meeting our own obligations. Once, some prejudiced friends exhorted me never to go back to Wall Street. They were sure that the rampant materialism and double dealing down there would stop my spiritual growth. Because this sounded so high minded, I continued to stay away from the only business that I knew. Once, finally, my household went broke. I realized I had been able to face the prospect of going back to work. So I returned to Wall Street and have ever since been glad that I did. I needed to rediscover that there are many fine people in New York's finest financial district. Then, too, I needed the experience of being sober in the very surroundings where alcohol had cut me down. A Wall Street business trip to Akron, Ohio, first brought me face to face with Dr. Bob. So the birth of AA hinders my effort to meet my bread and butter responsibilities, coming from the great Brian of 1961.
Okay, hey, thank you. So again, Bill Wilson's writing about being in New York City, being in the financial district in the 1930s. Today, if we have business executives, usually you're flying in business class, they're serving drinks, you're getting to a hotel, you're going to a client's business, you're there with your team, and if it's a small team, like 3 or 4 people, maybe you're there for 3 or 4 days. Sometimes you're alone doing consulting as a business person. They're always serving drinks on those airplanes. And oftentimes, we hear it all the time here. People say, well, we're going, mute her, please. We're going out, having drinks, um, at work, in the hotel. That is so high risk. So many people here have such a hard time with this. Um, and the thing I think what you do is if you let your team know that you're in AA, if you quit drinking, if you've got the support of them, sometimes you don't. Maybe you go to an AA meeting at night or you sit in your hotel room, you get on a Zoom meeting. Thank God we have Zoom. You can do that. Um, but and I see so many people slip over this very situation right here, especially if you're in business and flying business class. It's a freaking nightmare. But you have to take, the reins in your hand and that's to put a stop to, including quitting your job. Um, it happens like that. And so let's go to the next reading, 188. Who's reading here? I'm sorry here. Okay. Go ahead, Preston, you're up.
All right, Preston Alcoholic, 188, to survive trials. In our belief, any scheme of combating alcoholism which proposes wholly to shield the sick man from temptation is doomed to failure. If the alcoholic tries to shield himself, he may succeed for a time, but he usually winds up with a bigger explosion than ever. We have tried these methods. These attempts to do the impossible have always failed. Release from alcohol and not flight from it is our answer. Faith without works is dead. How appallingly true for the alcoholic. For if an alcoholic fails to perfect and enlarge his spiritual life through work and self sacrifice for others, he cannot survive the certain trials and low spots ahead. If he does not work, he will surely drink again, and if he drinks, he will surely die. Then faith will be dead indeed. That's from the Big Book, page 101 and 14 and 15.
All right, so there you have it. Temptation to drink. Let's go down to Jeff. Jeff, your comments on these parts that we've read here today.
Jeff, alcoholic, South Florida. So true. And I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly the bar. There's a couple of them are still left. Names have changed. Yeah, to that day. Yeah, you have to have the steps with you, the program with you, and you have to be able to figure out what you're going to do so you don't drink. Is it better to tell them that I'm an Alcoholics Anonymous? Is it better to whatever works? And that's what we're learning here. Because it's very tempting. They're the normal course of life. They can drink without consequences. We cannot.
Yeah, we have to. That's right. I really had to change my career when I finally
Okay.
got sobered up. I had to get away from it. I was in entertainment and, newspapers and all of that. I eventually got back to it, but I was very sober when I did that. I had like a bunch of time in AA, at least 7 or 8 years when I got back into television, radio, and newspapers. And then I've been able to go into, we would did a whole series of restaurant shoots. I did a whole series called Best Brew Pubs in Colorado. Well, I just was not interested in drinking. I was interested in being paid, I will tell you that. And, but I even had to set up the drinks and make sure that they looked right, perfect, and all of that. And I even held up beers for a toast, but I don't drink. See, Jeff, I don't drink, so I'm not gonna have a sip of any fucking thing
Well,
because a sip of one thing leads to a bottle of another.
yes.
All right, so let's see who else in here
Thank you.
on this one. Who's working? Who flies? Anybody here travel for work? Anybody here have to end up in hotels? Raise your hand. You end up in I can't tell. And who ends up in hotels and drinking, or where there's drinking going on, and you have to raise your hand so I can see. Some of you have your hands up, and I don't know what the hell they're up for. Uh, let's see. I'll lower your hands now. Who does this apply to here in this meeting today? Okay, Sam. Uh, well, okay, let's go to Leslie. So Leslie, you try 11 days sober. You travel for work. Are you around drinking at work?
No, I'm trying to lower my hand. I'm a nurse. I don't go anywhere.
Okay, go ahead, Sam.
Hey Jeff. Sam, alcoholic. Yeah, I travel frequently for work, at least once a month. And yes, I am around a lot of alcohol, whether at the airport, at the hotel, even on flights. I mean, people often will cop a drink or two, and I'm just sitting there going, all right, I'm just gonna read a book, listen to
Are,
music, watch a
are
movie.
you now in your
Go ahead.
52 days, have you been on an airplane Have you
Yes.
been in that
Oh yeah,
situation?
yeah. Oh yeah. I had two business trips just last month, actually, back to back.
Hmm.
And yeah, one to San Diego, and I mean, ooh,
Do you go with a
people are
team or do you go by yourself?
mostly a team. Sometimes just one or two other coworkers, but the last trip was four other coworkers, and yeah, they all
So
drink. So
what do
they,
you
they
do it? What do you do at night
what?
after? Do you guys
Oh, I
work at
just stay
night?
in the hotel room.
Okay.
I usually bring like my personal laptop and like or books, and just try to
Do
do
you get
something for
on?
myself.
Well, let me ask you, do you get on
Good.
a Zoom meeting at all when you're there?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've attended. I mean, I've been coming
Hey,
pretty much every day. The only times I've missed is because
no,
of
but I
family
mean,
issues.
like at night, do you get on one of the nighttime Zoom meetings when you're in your hotel? Do
No, this is
they
the only meeting I attend.
do they go out and drink?
They
Your
do.
and what do
They
you
do.
say to them?
I can't. I mean, I've expressed to them multiple times that I'm an alcoholic and I'm trying to stay clean.
And what do they say to you?
Oh, you can dig. Well, okay. What my direct lead is very understanding.
Okay,
He doesn't push it, but some of my colleagues are less understanding and they say, "Oh, just one drink, he'll be fine," or
yeah.
just come out with us. You don't have to drink. Just have it. I'm like, I'm gonna be around it, so that's temptation
Yeah.
enough. So I'm good.
So do they go? Do they all go out and have dinner together?
Oh yes, they do. They
Okay, and
still
you don't.
invite me, which I appreciate the invitation, but I'm not going.
Okay, so you don't go to dinner at this point. You
Yeah,
just what do you order room service in your room?
I usually order DoorDash and it gets dropped off in the lobby, and I go pick it up and I go back to my room.
Yeah, see, we were doing, I'll tell you one thing that happened to me about 10, 15 years ago. We were doing a TV show down in the down in the Caribbean on the Mexican coast. And we were staying in this hotel, which was an all-inclusive hotel. Well, they have like 4 or 5 restaurants, 500 rooms. Well, all they did there was drink and eat. And finally, I just thought, you know what? I was with one other guy who was on our crew, and we were sharing the same room, and he was in AA. And I thought, I don't fucking want to be in these restaurants where they have the lights turned down and
Yep.
everybody's drinking. So you know what we did? We
What?
ordered room service, burger,
Yep.
fries, and a salad. That's it.
Yep.
I did the whole time I'm at this fancy schmancy hotel. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck that. I did go to some of the Mexican entertainment, like in those places they bring in, huge dance crews and music, and they're all,
Right.
I watched that, but then I got the hell out of there. I'm like, okay. All right,
Because you
good. I
have to.
like it. That's the way to do it, Sam. Okay. Who else? Somebody else said. Amy, you had your hand up. Were you trying to talk about this? Who else is in this environment where people are drinking around you? Well, we got a room filled with 30 alcoholics, and you're telling me Sam and I and and Jeff are the only two. Go ahead, Amy, what's your deal? Emily, rather. Emily, sorry.
Okay. Well, my husband is, still a big drinker, and we're flying for the first time for Thanksgiving. So that will be, it's kind of a shift in the marriage. He's not 100% down with all this, but
Okay, so you're gonna fly. Does he drink quite a bit or a little bit or what?
yes.
Is
Hmm.
he is he an alcoholic?
No, but his mom is.
Are you going to
He's
see
not
her?
yet. No, we don't speak to her.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna get in and take us through it. You're in Georgia, you're going to the airport, you're gonna get in an airplane. Where are you flying to?
Miami.
Miami. So that's a short flight, right?
Yes, it's real short. So
Okay.
it's just kind of hard because it's not
Will he be
out in the
drinking in the
open
airplane?
thing.
Will he be
No,
drinking?
probably not on the airplane. No.
Okay, good. So then you're land at the airport, and then what?
And then,
Get a rental car?
yeah, get a rental car, and then we're going to, stay at a hotel, and then it'll just be, drinks at dinner. And
Well, wait, so you get to the hotel, and are you visiting somebody there for Thanksgiving?
no, it's just us and our
Oh,
kids, just
oh, the
getting
kids are
away
the
before.
kids are coming?
Mm-hmm.
How old are they?
They are 18 and 13.
18 and 13. Do they drink?
My daughter does. She's a freshman in college, so she's is the
Okay.
big party first year of
Oh
drinking.
my God. Okay, you got to put up with
So I have
her.
to bite my tongue.
Thank God. Is she bringing her boyfriend with her or not?
No, she doesn't have one right now, thank goodness.
Yeah, that'd be a nightmare. Okay. So now you're going to be at the hotel, and how many days are you going for?
Just 3 days, 3 nights.
3 in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell are you going to do? You're in Jeff's hometown. What are you going to do there? Hmm? You going to go to an
But
AA meeting when you're there?
I'm gonna do this every night.
How many days sober are you?
3 months.
Okay, fix that, please. So, okay, so you're going to be in Miami 3 days, and do you have plans? Like what you're going to go to or see or what?
Yes, we have plans.
What are they?
Well, the boys are really into fishing, so there's gonna be lots of that.
Are you going to go out on the boat with them?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to have beer on the boat?
Probably.
You know, what I always do is I just throw the beer overboard. I just go, oh, I'm sorry.
But
And you
that's
have
not really my problem. I mean, my problem is more,
all the pills.
yes, and like anxiety about flying, anxiety about
Well, you're not going to take any
husband being
pills.
mean, stuff like that.
Is he mean?
Yeah.
So does he get meaner when he drinks?
Um,
Or does he get nicer?
no, not that's hard to
Well,
say.
you're going to be stuck on a boat and you're not going to have any pills. So you won't score any pills when you're there, right? You're not going to bring any pills with you?
No, I don't have any anymore. So it's
Uh,
just gonna be it's just the nervousness of it being the first
uh,
time.
All right. So the other thing, you can always go to a meeting when you're there. You can go to a Zoom meeting if you can get away. You're going to be around people the whole time, all 3 days, right?
Right.
Are you going to go to clubs at night?
No, no, no.
I bet your daughter is. I mean, so are you going to, which part of Miami are you going to be in?
I don't want to talk about all that.
All right. Well, no, but this is like, we're trying to figure out how to help you through this. All right. We don't have to talk about it. But
Well,
Jeff, what do you do?
well, I would just say that, if she's in Miami Beach, there's good meetings here and the boats that they charter are very close to it. So she can, whatever. What do I do? Yeah, I don't throw the beer overboard. If I have to do something like that, most of the time it's with people. I'm going to tell them I'm in AA because I'm out there. It's just me. I'm on a boat. I don't want anything left to chance, you
Okay.
know? And
Well,
by
how
the
do
way,
you say that
tell her to
without
check
having to?
the drinks. What?
I was just gonna say, how do you say that without having to answer a million questions?
Well, well, I'll let Jan answer that. That's it. Well, they're not gonna, so long as you understand that you're an alcoholic and I have to make that clear, and, you don't worry about it. It'll
Well,
fly.
you look them straight in the face
Yeah,
and you say, "I'm in AA and I really don't drink." Okay,
right.
and we make sure we have soft drinks on the, iced tea or seltzer water inside that cooler for you. Okay, you just tell them straight, "I don't drink. I'm in AA,"
Right. They'll
and
understand.
don't laugh. Say it with a snarl. I'm just kidding. Okay, now you're going to be fine, and we're here every day. All you have to do is you have our. Do you have our email? Do you have my phone number? Do you? What do you have for me? I'm sorry. Let's go to Christopher. Hey, where is she? Cassie, would you send her my phone number? You can text me anytime. Okay, send her my number. Right. Okay, go ahead, Chris. You're at work, so what?
Yeah, I got earphones on, headphones on though. I
Yeah.
think I probably relate to the most like the temptations about I don't go home to Kentucky at all
Mm-hmm.
from my parents' house for nothing, for holidays or anything.
Oh, okay. So
They're I
you,
mean they're
yeah,
they're well off and stuff. I don't like being around drinking and smoking weed and I don't like being around none of that.
right. What do you
So
do? Are you working in a warehouse or what? What are you doing?
yeah, I work at it's a company that works for like GM. I
Oh yeah.
build seats.
Oh yeah. You build what?
Seats.
Oh, seats. Okay. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool. Oh,
two
Tennessee.
Cadillac seats and a truck seat.
Oh, okay. I think the Corvette factory's down there.
Bowling Green.
Yeah, Bowling Green. Yeah. We're trying to order a new
Yeah,
Corvette, but they don't
I'm
have
in
any.
Tennessee. Yeah,
Oh, oh, there you go. That's good. So you just stay away from them and you just stay around sober people and
yeah.
you don't go out drinking with people after work.
No, I got a 1 year old at home. I get home to her.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
my wife. We got a few kids at the house that I just try to do my best.
So you go to AA meetings and you stay
Yeah,
away from
we
the
don't
drinking.
have one AA. We have, yeah, I have a sponsor that I work with.
Okay.
Um, I just done my fifth step, but I wanted to get on this meeting because I kind of wanted to learn about it. It sounds pretty interesting. I just hope that I can make the meeting.
Well, I'm glad you're here, 100%. Let's see. Let's go over to
Right.
Rebecca. Rebecca, you had your hand up. Uh, what's your
Yeah,
story?
I don't travel for business, but um yeah, that makes me so nervous. Airports, airplanes, hotels, that is it. Gosh, I can't even imagine, but I have to start imagining. Uh
Well, what
yeah,
are we going to do? Are you going to, how many days sober are you, incidentally?
91.
91. Okay. So, are you going to travel for Thanksgiving?
I am not. I'm just thinking about the future. I have
Mm.
family in abroad, um, but there's no plans in the future. Still have to renew my passport. But yeah, I mean, my wife and I would go to all inclusives because obviously
Yeah.
if you pay for drinks, it gets very expensive.
Well,
So
yeah, but all inclusives are expensive. I mean, aren't they
yeah,
like $400 a night per person or something like that?
yeah, but we try to drink it to the max there.
Yeah, you can, and she still drinks, right?
No, she does not.
Oh, she does not. Okay, so there you are. Yeah, I mean, I traveled a lot. I did a whole travel TV series for the Travel Channel. But I had 10 or 11 years, and I'm telling you, we were in, let me see, every place you could think of, New Orleans, Miami, everywhere, beaches. I just had no temptation to drink. The only thing that made me really nervous was if, well, I guess I'll requalify that. When I was in Miami, South Beach there, Jeff, we were in a hotel, and the thing with the South Beach clubs is they open at 11 o'clock and they close at 4 in the morning. So you have to go if you're going to do a little story or a news. They're called news packages. 3 minutes on a club, you have to be in there. And I was like, fuck it. You know what? I'm not going into a cocaine riddled, drinking, South Beach club. How long am I going to last in these places? So I sent the crew in, and what we did was we used green screen, and then they had me standing in front of the green screen saying, we're here at Nikki Beach Club, 2:30 in the morning. The band's playing things. I wasn't even there. I was in the hotel room fast asleep. I, s-
Yeah.
Matt, I stayed the hell away from that shit. I do. Kind of like that guy from Tennessee. Not a fucking chance.
Yeah.
There's going to be cocaine, half-naked women, food, as much as you want to drink. I don't think so. Uh, Go ahead, Rebecca. Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, again, if you fly abroad, you're usually overnights and not taking Klonopin, all of that, it's just makes me really nervous. Um,
Well, just
and I
don't.
love to travel. Yeah.
Well, don't go until you feel settled down. What do you have? 91 days?
Yeah.
Do you have travel plans up or not?
No, no.
Okay, well then there you go. Um, so just take it easy. You
Okay.
know. I told you, don't call me here.
You talking to me?
No, that was a joke. I was talking to my phone. I'm just goofing around. Okay, go ahead, Stacy. What's up? What's your story?
So I traveled with my husband the other week. He drives a truck and we went to Illinois and we ended up getting a hotel for the night. And I literally commented to him, this is the first time in my adult life I've been in a hotel and not had something to drink. Period. I mean, it was just part of staying in a hotel. Even if I was by myself, I would go get some vodka and drink.
And does your
And I
husband, is
had
he a
no
drinker?
temptation,
He doesn't drink, or
not
he
in this
supports you?
country.
What?
He drinks when we go on vacation to like Mexico.
Yeah,
He'll drink there, but he doesn't drink in the US at all.
why not?
He's very straight edge. He just doesn't, he's not a big drinker. But
Oh,
you
there,
get to
well, that's
Mexico
good.
and he goes wild.
Oh boy, that's not good.
Yep.
Uh, uh, well, anyways, just stay out of Mexico for a while.
Right.
9 months sober. Yeah, I got pretty comfortable with traveling, you know. Hey, I have almost 47 years in a month or so. And look, where's Jeff? Somebody unmute Jeff. So Jeff, Jeff, I'm just not interested in having a drink no matter where I go. You worked in New York City, you worked in Florida, you worked in,
Yep.
where a lot of bars are. And you have 39 years and
Yep.
didn't pick up a drink, right? What?
No, if you just hang with this program these are the drinking and drugging capital of the world right here in South. But you mentioned Nicky's. Right now, people under the floodlights are zooted pretending to play volleyball. And with drinks on the side.
You know this place, you know the Nikki Beach Club?
Oh, sure, of course. I know what I was. Yeah, oh, please. Yeah, it used to be a place for the older crowd there. You know what the furniture looks like, all that late 1930s furniture, and Billie
Yeah, yeah.
Holiday out piped in. But it changed, but everything down here is about drinking and drugging, as you well know, Jan.
Hey,
So no,
the
you're
thing
not
is,
tempted. Not
being a
tempted.
recovering alcoholic, we can spot those places a mile
Yeah,
away. As soon as I have a look at one, I spot it and go,
yeah,
ah, that's trouble. Then
yeah.
my mind will say, yeah, Jan, but you got 20 years. I'm like, nah, nah,
Yes.
nah, nah, nah. My alcoholic mind will take right
Yep.
over in this joint.
Yep.
Okay, Preston, you had your hand up. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, you and most people here know I work at a crappy little restaurant now, and so
Oh, I
I'm like
like
the only
chili.
sober one there.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
I like
Yeah,
that
I was
place.
just talking to a guy, my coworker, about it. He's a drug addict, and they drink and get high there at work. And I was just thinking about the readings that we had too about being too shaky, and what I would be like now if I was trying to white knuckle this without the steps, and like eventually, they're going to offer me, and I would just depending on the day, I would just give in. So it
Well, what
hasn't
do you do
crossed my
now?
mind.
Do you get shift? Do they have shift drinks there or what?
No, they they just like will bring it with them, and they'll just drink or go get high in the back of the restaurant.
Well, do they know? Do the people that you work with know that you don't drink or use?
Yeah, yeah. There's one other lady in AA who's been sober forever, and she's a bartender. And me and her are one of the only sober ones there. So everyone's cool about it. They're all really, really cool
And
about it.
she's your support. She supports you.
No, we're both kind of quiet about it at work, but yeah. I mean, everyone there is cool about it. So
All right, that's good. Yeah, we gotta watch our step. We have to watch our step. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
right-handed, right-handed.
Right-handed, yeah. So you know what they told me, right? So keep your eye on your right hand, because that's the one that reaches for the drink at the bar. Watch your right hand. So, Cassie, how are you liking today's meeting? I always like to call on you and annoy you.
Yeah, it's great.
Do you
As
have any,
always.
do you have any of that where at work? I bet do the teachers all get together and go out and have drinks on Friday night or whatever, or no?
We do, but it really honestly doesn't bother me. I can go out and get like a ginger beer or a mocktail and I'm fine with it. During the summer I work at a restaurant too and
Oh, okay.
yeah, I really am at the point. I know like the first year my sponsor suggested me not working the restaurant and I still did and I was okay around it. I didn't have
Oh,
an issue.
Oh, so you work at a restaurant? Do you serve drinks and all that?
Yep.
Not a problem?
No, no. In fact, it kind of makes me like gag a little now that I like
Yeah.
when handing the drinks, it makes me like, ugh.
But
Where
then again,
before it would,
everybody should note that she has 16 months, like a lot of you are in here with 30 days, 90 days. Probably not a great idea. I mean, I started working doing TV shoots in restaurants, and I've been in a lot. Maybe, I'll bet in my TV career, I've probably been in 300 clubs and restaurants with, alcohol going on. But I tried to make a point of it to not be in those places after 9:30 at night. Nobody, you couldn't book me into a restaurant at night because that's when all the heavy drinking starts. I don't want to be around that shit. You know, who wants to be, sober alcoholics have a tendency, we don't really like to be around drinking alcoholics, right? So did we talk to Debbie? How about you, Debbie? Glad you're here. And what what about you? Are you going to travel? Who's traveling for Thanksgiving? Going to be around a lot of
I
drink.
am not this year just because I don't need that stress or anxiety because that's what will trigger me. So I'm staying put.
Okay, good. How are you doing? Good.
Good.
91 days, no slipping coming up.
No,
Keep coming.
I will.
All right. So, Aaron, you had your hand up.
Thanks.
What are
Babe.
you what are you going to do to stay sober?
Well, I live in Salem, Oregon, and I'm just going to the Oregon coast, which is like an hour away. But both my kids are flying in from their prospective states, and we got a beach house, which is not going to be a trigger because they're not going to drink. And they know I'm newly in sobriety, and so
Are they supportive?
yeah, very, very.
Oh, that's good. Oh, good. Okay. So there won't be any alcohol there. What you're going to be
No.
at? You're going to be at a beach house on the coast in
Yes.
Salem, Oregon.
With my daughter's boyfriend is coming and my son's girlfriend is coming. And I'm a little bit weirded out about my 18-year-old son wanting to sleep in the same room with his girlfriend, but everybody keeps telling me nowadays it happens all over the place. He's a freshman in college, but I think it's weird.
Well, how old is his girlfriend? Like 15 or something, or what?
No, she's same age.
Same age. Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what are you talking about? Who slept with their girlfriends when they were? Now, when I was 18, it was 1964. No, my girlfriend parents did not know that we were, and we didn't actually sleep together.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I
I had
mean.
a
It's
I had a 56
weird.
Mercury. It had a big back seat.
Yeah.
Oh
It's just he's my baby and that's just hard for me to swallow, but
my God.
I don't know.
Are you going to bring your dog with you?
No,
No, okay.
no.
So, well, they're going to be in different separate rooms, each of them.
No, I'm probably gonna let it fly, but it's just gonna be uncomfortable for me.
Well, I guess so. No, I mean, but like your boyfriend's going to have a room. I mean, your son's going to have a room. Your daughter's going to have a room. Are you going to have a room also?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's some pressure there. Hey, you can get on an AA meeting.
Yes.
Bring
Yep.
your laptop. Get on the. Preston, would you put up, or Matt, put up the 24-hour international meeting? So this is the only meeting that we recommend, kids. It's called the International Meeting out of London. It's on every hour on the hour. There it is, right there. Uh, you'll see. I go to that meeting more in this time of the year. Oftentimes you'll see me up there on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights. Sometimes I'll chair a meeting. There's like 200 people every hour on the hour, and that's a meeting I would recommend to you, Aaron. You're gonna have to get on a meeting. I mean,
Oh
how,
yeah, for sure. There's lots of alkathons too that are going on from early Thursday morning all the way till Sunday.
yeah, but that's a whole other problem. They're not drinking, but they're having sex, and then mom has to listen to this. I don't know. I would throw them out of the house. Get the hell out. That is that's a mortal sin right there. You're gonna have to go to confession tomorrow, even if they're not Catholic. Tell them to go to confession. All right. Matt, you want to read the promises? It's been a great meeting, you guys. I don't know, it's been good for me. And we'll talk more about this Thanksgiving stuff coming up here and traveling and staying sober. Because this is Newcomer Slipper Step Workshop, right? This is newcomer. We don't want to slip here. We want everybody, we want to have everybody like doing good. Okay.
Yeah, Jan, I just did take a flight for the first time in since I've been sober a couple weeks ago, and it was sort of odd because I had such the routine of going to the airport bar, I'd grab a couple, get on the flight, definitely have one or two, it was like a treat, and then but I actually didn't miss it, and it was just not even in my head. I didn't go to the bar. We went and sat down, and I read a book, and but it was the
Was it a
first
work
time.
trip or what?
No, it was I just went to Florida with my family, so nobody was drinking
Okay.
with me or anything. So,
Oh yeah, that's good.
but
Okay, Matt, over to you.
page 83 can you hear me? Okay. This is page 83 of the big book. If we're painstaking about this phase of our development, we'll be amazed before we're halfway through. We're going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. We will comprehend the word serenity and we will know peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We'll lose interest in our selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and of economic insecurity will leave us. We'll intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. We'll suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. These extravagant promises? We think not. They're being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They'll always materialize if we work for them.
Okay, thank you. Here comes the serenity prayer. Goes like this. God grant me the serenity to accept the things that cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And if anybody here has, if you have any questions about today's meeting or about AA, feel free to unmute yourself. I set it up so you could unmute and ask away. Let's ask Lisa, our Al-Anon friend. Hey, Lisa, how did you like the big AA meeting today?
I always enjoy these. I
Did, there
like I
you
said,
are.
I really learn. For some reason, I pick up more in AA than I do in Al-Anon. It's just the retention. I pick up on messages and things that I don't always get in it.
Where are you calling from, anyways?
San Fernando Valley in Los
Oh,
Angeles, Sun Hills.
LA. Okay, they didn't put that up. Oh, that's good. Okay. Yeah, we occasionally get people from Al-Anon at the meeting. It's always
I love
it's
AA. I really do.
I know. Well, there's a whole thing about Al-Anon, which is that you know, Al-Anons, alcoholics are addicted to alcohol, and Al-Anons are addicted to alcoholics.
That's a good way of I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
and they also say, I've heard this, that the perfect relationship between a man and a woman is one person is in Al-Anon in recovery and the other person is in AA in recovery. Now, I don't know if that's probably complete nonsense. They're probably both crazy.
Thank you.
But I've heard that. I had a therapist tell me that once, a guy in AA. I thought, are you sure about that? And I don't know. Where is that? So Rebecca, you're smiling and everything. You're left. Hey, Shelley, 4 days. How are you doing? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. This is
Yeah.
probably my favorite meeting. I've done 3, so good job. This was
Are
really
you
informative.
3 times here? Okay, good. We'll give you an assignment tomorrow. Make sure you come back. And then where is Bob and Truckee? How are you feeling?
I'm doing great. I mean, 3
Good.
days, and I went to my first in-person meeting today. I went to
Okay.
one like 25 years ago, but I went to one this morning in Truckee
Okay.
here, and it was great. Very supportive and great people.
And you're doing the 5 days with us. See how
I
you
am.
like it,
I'm
and we'll
on
put you to
second
work.
of 5 today, yeah.
All right, man. Keep coming. We'll put you to work soon. Let's
Okay.
ask Cassie. So, Cassie, you're not new, but how did you like today's meeting?
I like that.
And you know what tomorrow is, right?
No,
Dog,
is it
yes,
Thursday? Dog
yes,
Thursday. I won't be here
yes, it is.
tomorrow.
Dog. What's
It
that?
is Dog Thursday.
Yeah. So
My
everybody
daughter's
bring.
getting inducted into National Junior Honor Society, so I won't be here.
Okay, and then Friday. You know what Friday is, right?
It's Cat Friday.
I'll give you a hint. Yeah. There it is. Well,
Good night, everyone.
don't go. Let's see. Michelle in San Diego, working on day one. Hi, Michelle. How's it going? How are you feeling? So I like to go through the end of the meeting, see who's here, especially you new kids. Try to help you stay alive. That's the big deal here. Don't drink, stay alive, and come to this meeting. Michelle, how are you feeling? Working on day one. And then Sean Lee, oh, you're in San Diego. How did you like today's meeting, Sean Lee? That's an interesting name.
Thank you. It was actually a pretty good meeting. I like how this meeting seems kind of has like a casual feel, as in like everyone's friendly, but it's also no nonsense, like straight
Yeah,
to the point of getting the work done.
yeah.
Um,
Everybody is very friendly here, and the mean people, we just kick them out. Like if somebody's like mean, I hit the delete button. That's it. We had a, you know what? We need a sound effect.